The first-class cabin hummed with low conversations and the occasional clink of crystal glasses. Passengers nestled into their spacious leather seats, scrolling through phones or sipping complimentary champagne, completely unaware that this ordinary flight was about to become anything but. In seat 3A, a woman sat quietly by the window, posture elegant, expression unreadable. Her name was Evelyn Carter. She radiated quiet confidence, yet nothing about her appearance screamed wealth or power. And that's exactly how she liked it, because Evelyn wasn't just another first-class passenger. She was the owner of the airline. But Elena Roberts, a flight attendant with years of service and a reputation for being sharp and inflexible, didn't know that yet. And within moments, her entire world was about to shift. As always, welcome to Aura Tales, where real-life stories unravel with truth, courage, and lessons that hit deep. Ask yourself, how often do we judge people not by who they are, but by who we expect them to be? Because this flight is about to take an unexpected turn. The soft drone of the engine settled into a rhythmic hum. It merged with the rustling of newspapers and the occasional clack of high heels moving across the aisle. Evelyn Carter glanced out her window, watching as the last of the luggage was secured beneath the fuselage. She looked completely at ease, no flashy jewelry, no entourage, no commanding presence. Just a sleek black turtleneck, tailored trousers, and a single gold bracelet gleaming softly against her wrist. She had flown countless times, always in silence. No special privileges, no celebrity treatment, just another seat, another journey. But Elena Roberts didn't see her that way. With sharp eyes and a polished uniform, Elena moved efficiently down the aisle, checking passengers with a practiced glance. Her job was to protect the exclusivity of first class. As she approached 3A, she paused. Her eyes narrowed.
Something about this woman didn't sit right. She stopped. "Excuse me, ma'am," Elena said, tilting her head slightly. "I need to see your boarding pass." A few nearby passengers turned their heads, sensing the subtle tension. Evelyn blinked, surprised. No one else was being asked for their pass. Still, she reached into her bag without complaint and handed over the slip of paper. Elena scanned it. Seat 3A, first class. Everything matched. Yet she hesitated. "Are you sure this is your seat?" she asked, voice smooth but laced with suspicion. Evelyn met her gaze calmly. "That's what the ticket says," she replied evenly. There was a pause, just long enough to create discomfort. David Langston, a businessman a few rows away, lowered his champagne glass slightly. His eyes flicked to the scene. Mia Reynolds, a poised woman in her 30s, peeked over her magazine, her brows furrowed in subtle confusion. Evelyn extended her hand. "If there's no issue, I'd like my ticket back." Elena's fingers lingered for just a second. Then she let go. "Enjoy your flight," she said flatly before turning away. Evelyn exhaled quietly and tucked the ticket into her bag. She thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. An hour later, the plane had reached cruising altitude. The initial tension had seemed to dissipate. Passengers watching movies, dozing, reading. Everything felt calm, until Elena returned. This time, her stride was brisk, sharp, purposeful. She stopped at seat 3A again. "I need you to come with me," she said firmly. Evelyn looked up, calm but alert. "Excuse me. We need to have a conversation." "In private," Elena said, arms folded tightly. Passengers turned, eyes locked in. The air changed. Evelyn removed an earbud. "If there's something you need to say, you can say it here." Elena's nostrils flared. Her tone grew colder. "This isn't a discussion. If you don't comply, I'll need to involve security when we land." Murmurs rippled through the cabin. David Langston set his drink aside, eyes narrowed. Then, Hannah with Man, a younger, newer flight attendant, approached, her voice hesitant. "Is there a problem here?" she asked, glancing between them. Before Evelyn could speak, Elena interjected, "She's refusing to cooperate." Hannah blinked. "With what?" Evelyn answered first. "She hasn't told me why she wants me to move." The cabin hushed. Everyone was now listening. Hannah turned to Elena. "Elena, what's going on?" A beat of silence. Then, with stiff posture, Elena declared, "I don't believe she's supposed to be in this seat." Gasps, raised brows. Mia Reynolds shook her head in disbelief. "You've got to be kidding. You already checked her ticket," Hannah reminded her. Passengers exchanged glances. Whispers stirred. Elena stood her ground. "I need to verify it again." Evelyn didn't react with outrage. Instead, she reached into her bag with graceful control and held the ticket high. "Here," she said. "Go ahead. Verify it again." Before Elena could reach, Hannah took the pass and scanned it. A moment later, she looked up. "She's in the right seat." The murmurs intensified. David chuckled under his breath. Elena's jaw tightened. Then she made a fatal mistake. She reached out and grabbed Evelyn's arm. The cabin gasped. Several passengers stood. Hannah's face drained. Elena recoiled, but it was too late. Evelyn turned slowly. No fear, no panic, just unshakable control. She lifted her phone, pressed a button. Gate control. This is Evelyn Carter, owner of Carter Airlines. There's been an incident on Flight 748. The silence was deafening. In that moment, Elena Roberts realized the gravity of what she had just done. Elena had walked these aisles for years, enforcing order with pride. She had believed she was untouchable, that her role gave her authority. But now, she walked through the terminal flanked by security officers. Her uniform, once a symbol of dignity, now clung to her like shame. She didn't need to be restrained. The weight of her own choices held her down. Passengers had whispered as she exited the plane. Some looked at her with pity, others with disgust. Most had captured her downfall on camera, clips already circulating online. She had watched people escorted out before, but she never thought she'd be one of them. And then, at the exit gate, stood Evelyn Carter, still poised, still silent. Their eyes met, and for the first time in her career, Elena felt something foreign. Shame, not for being caught, but for what she had done. Evelyn stepped forward. Leaving so soon? She asked, voice calm with the faintest edge of irony. Elena swallowed, unsure of what to say. Evelyn continued, you still don't understand, do you? Elena's hands curled into fists at her sides. Understand what? Evelyn's tone turned icy, but never raised. This wasn't about a seat. It wasn't about protocol. It was about you. Elena's breath caught. You questioned me, Evelyn said, not because I broke the rules, but because you didn't believe someone like me belonged here. The words pierced the air. You didn't see a customer, Evelyn continued. You saw a mistake. The silence between them stretched heavy. Elena had no defense, because Evelyn was right. And then, Evelyn delivered the final truth. Power, she said softly, isn't about controlling others. It's about how you treat them. She stepped back. The car door opened. She climbed in without another word. And Elena Roberts? She didn't just lose a job. She lost her dignity, her credibility, her chance to grow before it was too late. This wasn't just a story about a flight, or a passenger, or even an airline owner. This was a story about perception, about how easily we let assumptions cloud truth. Elena judged a woman not for her actions, but for how she looked. And that mistake cost her everything. What do you think? Was Elena's punishment fair? Should she have been given a second chance? Or was this a lesson she needed to learn the hard way? Let us know in the comments. And if stories like this move you, if you believe in truth, justice, and powerful life lessons, then don't just scroll by. White heavy check mark like this video, white heavy check mark share it with someone who needs to hear this, white heavy check mark, and subscribe to Aura Tales, where real-life stories come to life with every word. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and we can't do it without you. Until next time, treat everyone with dignity, because you never know who's really sitting in first class.